Hello there, boys and girls, everybody. You gotta get the gang, get back together. Hey, I'm Lewis. Lou. Guy. You can call me Random Guy, or you can call me The Guy, or just call me Lou. Anyways, on this channel, Garrison's Random Stuff, I'm Random Guy with Random Facts. Today's Random Facts is random fact number 5. Wintertime. Did you know that wintertime is not the same north of the equator as it is south of the equator? North of the equator, wintertime begins in December. This year, 2016, it starts December 21st. That's when winter starts north of the equator in the northern hemisphere, like in the United States of America, Canada, North America, Europe, northern part of Africa, and northern part of Asia. But south of the equator, wintertime begins in June. That's right. When we north of the equator are having summer, people in Australia, South America, the southern part of Africa, and the southern parts of Asia, they're having winter while we have summer. And when we have summer, they have winter. And when we have winter, they have summer. So December 21st, 2016, it's wintertime here north of the equator. But south of the equator, December 21st, is the beginning of summer. So let's say you're in Australia, December 21st is the beginning of summertime. And December 21st in the United States is the beginning of wintertime. So whenever Australia has summer, we in the northern hemisphere, like in the United States of America, we have wintertime. That's a fact you didn't know about. Fact number 5. Wintertime is not the same on the top of the planet as it is on the bottom of the planet. Let's say this is Earth and this is the Sun. Right now, the Earth is pointing like this. The northern hemisphere, the northern part of the Earth, is pointing away from the sun. Therefore, it's having winter time. And the southern part of the Earth, or the southern hemisphere, like Australia and so forth, is pointing toward the sun. So it's having summertime. And that's December 21st. That's what's going to happen. North is cold, south is hot. Now, and in June, it's pointing the other way. Where the northern hemisphere is pointing toward the sun. So north of the equator, you have summertime in June. And south, where Australia is, the southern hemisphere, is pointing away from the sun. So therefore in June, they have winter time. So winter time is not the same in the north as it is in the south. In the northern hemisphere, winter time begins in December. But in the southern hemisphere, south of the equator, winter time begins in June. So anyways, let's talk about winter time. What happens in winter time? Well, south of the equator, it's in June, but north of the equator, it's in December. But what happens is everything gets cold. And most plants die, except for evergreens, which means that they're green all year round. Plants that are green all year round. Most trees and plants drop their leaves, and they go dormant, or they fall asleep until spring. You know what I mean? Right now, summertime is happening in south of the equator, and then after summer, they're going to have fall, while we in the northern hemisphere will have spring. While we're having spring, which just comes after winter, south of the equator, like people in Australia and South America and so forth, they're going to have fall. While we have spring, they have fall. And then when we have summer, they have winter. And then when we have fall, they have spring, and so forth. It's just completely crazy. So remember that. June is wintertime south of the equator, but December is wintertime north of the equator. That is the fact of wintertime that most people don't know. I'm Lou Guy. You call me The Guy, or you can call me Random Guy. And this is Garrison's Random Stuff channel. And if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't like this video, thumbs down. If you want to know more about Garrison or this channel, look under About. And if you want to know more about his other channels, look on Channels, Features Channels. And if you have the desktop version of YouTube down here, there is the Featured Channels. You'll see Mr. Bluefew 902. Mr. Bluefew, you'll see Garrison's, you'll see this channel up above is Garrison Random Stuff. And then below, also with the other channels, you'll see Emo Warrior Garrison and Garrison Jr. So you see Mr. Bluefew 902, Mr. Bluefew, Emo Warrior Garrison, and Garrison Jr. Go to those channels and subscribe to them. If you can't see them, look under channels and the feature channels. You see those channel right there, or under the word About. If you want to follow Garrison on Twitter or Instagram, his main Twitter is at Mr. Bluefew. His main Instagram is at Mr. Bluefew, and it's under About also. You can click there. You can follow him on MySpace and Facebook and whatever else. And I hope you remember that wintertime north of the equator begins in December, but south of the equator, wintertime begins in June. So right now, when we have winter north of the equator, people south of the equator are going to have summer. Now that's just confusing. Just remember, there's this tilted. Right now, the northern hemisphere where we are right now, like North America, and Europe is pointing away from the sun. Therefore, it is going to be winter. South America and the south part of anything south of the equator, southern hemisphere, south part of Africa and Asia and so forth is pointing toward the sun. So they're going to have summer when we have winter. And then June is the opposite way. We have summer, they have winter. And when we have spring, they have fall. And when they have fall, south of the equator, we have spring, north of the equator. So it's always opposite. So that's what I wanted to tell you about wintertime. Wintertime is not the same in the northern hemisphere as it is in the southern hemisphere. It begins in December. This year, December 21st, 2016, is the first day of winter north of the equator. South of the equator, December 21st, is the first day of summer. And the first day of winter won't be till June. Around June 20th, 21st, something is usually when it starts. That would be winter in the southern hemisphere and summer in the northern hemisphere. Anyways, I'm Lou Guy, and I hope I didn't... I'm Louis, Lou Guy. I hope I didn't confuse you, but that's the way it is. I don't know why I turned yellow all of a sudden, but I'm yellow! Anyways, I'm Lou Guy. You can call me the guy or random guy, and that was a random fact. Wintertime is not the same in the northern hemisphere as in the southern hemisphere. Wintertime is not the same north of the equator as it is south of the equator. North of the equator, wintertime once again begins in December, and south of the equator, wintertime begins in June. Think about that. That's weird. That's just weird stuff, man. See you next time for random fact number 6, snowflakes. Yeah. This has been random fact number 5, winter time. Winter time in the city. I turned yellow for some reason. What the hey?